The Boy Who Cried Wolf, a lesson in honesty for kids. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by rolling hills and lush green meadows, there lived a young boy named Leo. One sunny morning, as the sheep wandered lazily across the meadow, Leo leaned against a tree, twirling a blade of grass between his fingers. He sighed dramatically. "What's the point of this? The sheep don't even do anything fun," he muttered to himself. That's when a mischievous idea popped into his head. What if I made things a little more exciting? Leo thought. He grinned, stood up, cupped his hands around his mouth, and shouted at the top of his lungs. "Help! Wolf!" There's a wolf chasing the sheep. The peaceful village suddenly sprang to life. Pots clattered to the ground, tools were dropped, and villagers came running with sticks, shovels, and anything else they could grab to protect the flock. They hurried up the hill, shouting, "Where's the wolf? Where is it?" When they arrived, they found Leo rolling on the ground, laughing uncontrollably. "There's no wolf," he managed between fits of laughter. "I just wanted to see if you'd come running." The villagers didn't find it funny. Their faces were stern as they scolded Leo. "That wasn't a joke, young man. Wolves are a real danger to our sheep. You mustn't cry wolf when there's no wolf," one elder said firmly. Leo nodded sheepishly, promising not to do it again. But Leo's promise didn't last long. A few days later, he was back on the hill, bored once more. He looked out over the meadow and remembered how quickly the villagers had come running last time. A sly smile crept across his face. Just one more time, he thought. And so, he yelled again. "Wolf! Wolf! It's chasing the sheep!" Once again, the villagers dropped what they were doing and ran to the meadow, their hearts pounding with fear for their flock. And once again, they found no wolf, just Leo laughing at the commotion he had caused. This time, the villagers were furious. "Leo, you cannot keep lying like this," shouted one farmer. "We came to help you because we thought our sheep were in danger. Don't you understand how serious this is?" Another villager added, "One day, you'll cry wolf, and we won't believe you. Then what will you do?" But Leo, still giggling, shrugged it off. "You'll believe me if it's real," he said confidently. The next morning, as the sun rose over the hills, Leo was once again tending the sheep. The meadow was calm, and the sheep grazed peacefully. But then, out of the corner of his eye, Leo noticed movement in the tall grass. His heart skipped a beat. Slowly, a shadow emerged, a wolf, its golden eyes fixed on the flock. For a moment, Leo froze, his breath caught in his throat. Then, snapping out of his fear, he leaped to his feet and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! It's real this time! Someone help me! The wolf is here!" But back in the village, the people went about their day, unfazed by Leo's cries. "It's just another one of his tricks," muttered a blacksmith, hammering away at his anvil. "Let him learn his lesson," said a baker, rolling dough for bread. Desperate, Leo ran down the hill, waving his arms and shouting, "Please, it's real. The wolf is attacking the sheep. You have to help." But the villagers simply shook their heads and turned away. No one believed him. By the time Leo returned to the meadow, it was too late. The wolf had scattered the flock, and several sheep were gone. The ones that remained huddled together, trembling. Leo sank to the ground, tears streaming down his face. He had failed his duty, and it was his fault. At sunset, the villagers, noticing that neither Leo nor the sheep had returned, went to the meadow to check on him. They found him sitting under a tree, his face buried in his hands, sobbing. Around him, the remaining sheep were huddled nervously. When the villagers asked what had happened, Leo looked up with tear-streaked cheeks and said, "The wolf was real this time. It came and took the sheep. I tried to call for help, but no one came because I lied before. I'm so sorry." An old man stepped forward and placed a hand on Leo's shoulder. His face was kind but serious. "Leo," he said gently, "this is the price of dishonesty. When you tell lies, even for fun, people stop trusting you. And when you finally tell the truth, they won't believe you. Trust is a fragile thing. Once it's broken, it's hard to mend." Leo nodded, his heart heavy with regret. "I understand now," he said. "I'll never lie again. I'll work hard to earn back your trust." From that day forward, Leo kept his promise. He watched over the sheep with great care and never cried wolf again. Slowly, the villagers began to trust him once more. And though he learned his lesson the hard way, Leo never forgot the importance of honesty and how vital it was to keep the trust of those around him.